G'day guys, welcome back again. I'm doing a all metallic pour today. One of the pouring groups has got a challenge on which is just metallics, so I thought I'd give it a go. I am adding a bit of black though, but the rest of them are all metallics. I've put one layer of each of the colours in the cup just to save on time. This is a 40 centimetre by 80 centimetre canvas. Can't remember what those are in inches. Now I've got a light gold, a darker gold, a cream, a light silver, a dark silver, a bronze and a copper. So pretty much all globals except for this little guy here. So this one is brilliant gold and that one is metallic gold, so it's a little bit darker. So I've got two of those, and then I've got metallic pearl, which is a off-white, and then we have metallic silver and antique silver, so light and dark silver. Don't know if there's going to be enough contrast in this painting with different shades, but we'll have a go. And this is bronze, it's by Sargent, and then the metallic copper. So I've mixed my medium today is my 3 parts Floetrol, 1 part PVA, glued to half a part pouring medium. Mixed all that up, and then I've added 3 parts pouring medium to 1 part paint. So each of these have got 120 grams of pouring medium to 40 grams of paint, and then each cup's got 3 drops of treadmill silicone, and I just mixed it twice. Okay, so I'm going to continue with the layering of these colours. Can't really layer them. They seem to be dropping straight through. Well, they were, because I couldn't really layer because the cup's so deep. So they were kind of all falling through. So I'm not sure what kind of result I'm going to get. The colours are quite mixed underneath. So I'm sort of going light, dark here. So I put the light gold in, and now I'm going to put the darker silver in on top of that. I did do a metallic one earlier. I think I just put the video up before this one actually. It was browns and coppers and creams. So I guess this will be similar to that one. But it had a lot more brown in it, and it had a touch of navy blue as well in it, just because I wanted a smoky look, smoky greyish blue look to it. But this one, it's just going to be golds and coppers and silvers really, so not sure if it's going to look nice or not. Now I made up extra black because I thought, well, I might need a bit of extra black for the contrast against all these metallics. So each metallic's been layered twice, and that was my 3rd layer of black. And I'm only doing the 4 cups today as opposed to the 5 cups because I do want to stretch the paint a little bit. Stretching is what gives you the nice big cells. So if you've got too much paint in there, if you know you've got 5 cups and you drag them down and you've pretty much covered the whole canvas, you don't need to stretch very much. And as I said, it's the stretching that's going to make you nice big cells, so I do want to have a little bit of space in between my pours so that I can stretch the paint. But in saying that, you don't want to overstretch and lose your nice round shapes of your cells either, so you have to be careful about overstretching too. So much to think about with your pours. Last little bit of this silver, metallic silver. The antique silver was a limited edition colour for global, so it's not readily available. Might as well finish off my black. So double the amount of black to my metallics that I've got. Hopefully it's not going to come out too dark or too grey. Anyway, we'll see. I do love experimenting, so we'll see what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I'll just scrape it and do another pour. It's just paint, hey? Okay, that's all the colours in the cups. Let's move that out of the way for a minute. Always lose a little bit of paint when I flip. Can't be helped. Look at those cells, my goodness. Wow. I've got my little spatula if I need that to pick up any extra paint and put it on the sides. Always keep that handy. It's great for you doing your sides. My goodness, look at those cells. Well, if that's any indication, it should be a very pretty pour. I was thinking it was going to be a bit muddy. Just give that a minute to settle. I don't have a lot of time because I've only got 22 minutes of taping time with this memory card on my camera. I should really get a card and I don't have to use the camera's internal storage. So I'm going to pull this down and then just take it back up again if I've got any extras. Let's go. 1 and 2. Pretty, pretty. I haven't got a lot of space in between, so there's not going to be a terribly lot of tilting to do. I'm still debating whether or not to actually bring the extra paint up, because sometimes I don't like the little pattern it leaves, but then I don't want to just pull down and have a heap of paint left. I'll try it on this one, just pull down, leave the paint, and then I can just put it on my edges if I need to. It's probably a better result actually if I do that. And then I can just use the leftovers in the cup, because I don't always like these bits that go up into the centre. I think it can spoil it sometimes. Alright, I'll leave that in there. If I have to use it I will, but it tends to be a little bit muddy, the leftover paint in the cup, because it's been poured out, it's gone back in, and then you tip it out and it mixes a couple of times. Now will I torch? I'll give it a quick torch, just for popping bubbles, but there are beautiful cells popping up there. So nice and slow. If I go too fast, I get flamethrower with this butane torch. Huge flames coming out. Is pretty amazing, those cells. I could have cut down. Every time I pour I say I should have cut down on the silicone because I want some background. This was 3 drops in each colour. So how many colours did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cups of colour. So yeah, 21 drops is a bit excessive really for a painting this size. 1 to 2 drops would have been better. But anyway, let's get pouring, tilting. It's just going to look like a pebbly road, similar to my last one, which was I called a pebbly road. Now, I don't want to tilt too fast. I'm going to go over to this corner a little bit while I'm tilting towards you. Just help that out a bit. But as I said, I do want to try and stretch the paint a little bit, so if I can get over that corner, that will be good. So I want nice big cells. Over paint, didn't want to go over on that corner. So I'm watching this and I'm watching that at the same time. Okay, now I'll come back. I'll go to that corner. Just going to bring the paint back a little bit. I can go that way. Just help that corner so that the paint's running on wet paint rather than on dry canvas. Just make it flow a little better. So it is quite dark. I probably didn't need all that black paint, but I've never done this before, so I had no idea how it was going to work. Don't want to lose too much here over the edge. Bring the paint back again. And I'm just going, I don't like that big one there and that big one there, so I'm just going to tip those over and then I'll tilt the other way. That'll do. These are starting to stretch a bit. I'll just turn it around. Oops, it's heavy. Try not to get it on my shirt. I bought hospital scrubs to paint in. I don't have to ruin any more sets of clothes. I just put my scrubs on, just got them on eBay, and off I go. Okay, which way will we go? You can see the weight of the paint is in the middle there. It's flowing quite well. It's quite a thin mix. I didn't do my usual 2 parts to 1 part metallics this time. I did 3 to 1. Just because I was using all metallics and I didn't want it to be too thick. I'm trying to get to that little spot there, but I don't want to lose all my beautiful cells. See how easily that paint moves and those cells move, and I'm not distorting them at all. It's because I've got a lot of paint on there. I'm just going to fill this in like so. Hopefully that'll all blend together later. Okay, I've got a little bit of a blank spot there on the corner, but I'll fill that in later. Let's get to paint, get to this corner down here. I'll go that way first. Over the edge, come back again. Let's move the paint back to the middle. Goodness me, these are a bit overstretched up here. Huge cells. Come back to the middle, and now I'll have to go off to that corner there. See how we go. The weight of the paint's all here at the moment, so I need it to go all the way over there, which means this is going to stretch. Off the side and off the corner, and then come back. Oops, there's my little lines. I had lines drawn on here so I could see where the painting had to go. Alright, I think that's enough stretching. I probably overstretched it trying to cover those corners. really think there's anything else. This is a bit stretched in here, but there's really not much else I can do about that. Let's bring it back to the center a little bit. I'll give it a torch. Maybe we can get some smaller cells popping up in here. Looks as if all the silicone's already come to the surface. I'm not getting any other cells. No, maybe a few little ones coming up, but most of the silicone's already at the surface, so really not getting much more reaction. I'd like a few little cells to pop up just so that I can have that contrast between these huge ones and the little ones. There's a few small ones coming up. The heat of the blowtorch is encouraging them to come to the surface. Okay. Well, it's all right. I don't give it a 10 out of 10. I'm just going to cover my edges here. So I think I probably had a bit too much black in there. And B, I probably should go back to my 5 flip cups, because I did have to tilt quite a lot. And as I said at the beginning of the video, if you've got 5 cups, you don't have as much area to tilt, because your 5 flip cups have already covered most of the canvas. So, but that's how we learn. We experiment and we learn, and I'm happy to do the experiments and pass the info on to you so that you can do some beautiful pours. Seen some lovely flip cup pours come through on my Australian acrylic pouring page. People have been doing these and they've been having some lovely results, so well done to everyone that's had a go. Had some beautiful paintings come through, so I'm so glad that it's been helping you. Alright, I'm just going to clean off the sides like that. I'll take you in for a close-up. Okay, there we go. The copper's throwing quite a bit of pink, but yeah, it's all right. I probably needed to make it a bit thicker. I should try it again with my 2-to-1 mix for metallics and see how that goes, because these are just huge cells. And there's my finger there. It's massive. And probably cut down on the silicone oil next time. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that video. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.